Hi guys, AJ, Seamless AI. Hope you're doing well and happy Friday. I wanted to bring you a last video from headquarters. I'm flying back tonight and I'm in the studio. This is where Brandon does all of his podcasts, his interviews. So I wanted to step into the studio real quick and give you the golden nugget of the day. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about taking time out of the equation. So a lot of times when we're talking to prospects and clients, what they do is they stall, right? They stall. I need to think about it, which is not an objection, by the way. Okay. So they give you these stalls because the reality is there are a lot of decision makers, and I know they're not going to be happy about hearing this. They cannot make decisions quickly. You guys don't know how many C-level executives I talk to on a daily basis that just cannot make a decision quickly. And remember, guys, the way you do business with other people is how people are going to do business with you, okay? So one thing that I've learned throughout my career is to really just make decisions as quickly as possible. Stop stalling, because the reality is, and this is what I always say when somebody says, AJ, I need to think about it. Number one, I say, well, how long do you need to think about it? Are we talking 3 days? Are we talking 3 weeks? Are we talking 3 months, right? Ask the hard questions. Don't be afraid to ask them the questions. You are running your business as well, and they understand that, right? So, and a lot of times they need to talk to their team. They want input from the team or another manager, and that's understandable, right? But make sure that you gauge what type of timeline you're working with, right? And let's be honest, a lot of them do stall where it's really not necessary. If you've built the value, if you've done your job and you know this is going to help them out, this is going to be a product or service that is going to add value to their organization, do not be afraid to tell them that. Don't be afraid to tell them that. You're having an honest conversation with them and they'll respect you for it, right? So they expect from a salesperson to push a little bit. If you don't, then they're going to be like, well, what? How come they're not trying to close me? How come they're not asking for the business? So ask them, be like, hey, listen, out of everything I've shown you in the last half an hour, what else is there that you need to think about? Get those answers. Don't be afraid to ask the hard questions. I say this all the time, guys. If you ask a question, wait until you get an answer. Don't bypass, okay? Get an answer to every single question, because at the end of the day, you have to manage your pipeline. You have to be able to know when to follow up so that you are not, again, blowing them up, right? So ask them, what else is there that you need to think about? What haven't I shown you today that would make you be able to make a decision today and move forward? Because the reality is, if we wait 2 weeks, if I call you back in a week or in a month, tell me what's going to change between now and then. What's going on internally within your organization? Are you building the team? Are you bringing on new people? You don't have any people right now. You guys are vetting out other vendors. What is it? Because you need to know where you stand in that sale, right? I know that people always say it's always about the customer, and it is. You have to solve a problem for them, but you can't solve a problem for them. You can't add value until they have your product or service, okay? So you have to add value. You have to find out what the solution is. And at the end of the day, when clients tell me that, I'm really straight, I'm upfront with them. I'm upfront with them. I don't beat around the bush. I don't like wasting anybody's time, and I don't like anybody wasting my time either. I know how much I'm worth as a salesperson. And so I need to know, hey, I have a product that is going to help your salespeople reduce their prospecting by 90%. They're going to stop prospecting, going on LinkedIn, connecting, waiting for people to connect with them, start messaging, building lists, going from website to website. So I know what kind of value I'm bringing. So if you wait another week, if you wait another 2 weeks or 2 months, guess what's happening? On the back end, your people are still wasting time trying to get contact information, trying to set up these appointments with their decision makers. So let's take time out of the equation. Let's get this in their hands and save them time, make their lives easier, get them to set up more appointments, more presentations, more demos, and close more deals. And they understand that, right? Now, if there's certain things internally that are going on that's different, right? They're putting together a budget, they got to talk to the board. Those things are understandable, but at the end of the day, make sure you ask them, You know, when are you looking to make a decision on something like this so that you know where you stand? And number one, you're not blowing them up. Number two, you know what the timeline is. Number three, you know what the decision-making process is in their organization, right? If they need to run it by the VP, the CEO actually gives the thumbs up and pulls the trigger. So make sure you ask those questions. Make sure you try to take time out of the equation, collapse the sales cycle, get your product or service into their hands, and know where you stand, most importantly, in the sales cycle as well. I hope this little nugget helped you guys out. And happy Friday, guys. I hope you had a great week. We're coming up on the end of the month. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll try to continue these videos for you and help you out. Take care. Bye.